1. Which of the following is a primary responsibility of a limited licensed electrician in Tennessee? A. Conducting power audits. B. Installing electrical systems in residential buildings. C. Supervising electrical engineers. D. Designing electrical blueprints. 2. According to the National Electrical Code, NEC, what is the minimum size of copper wire required for a 20-amp circuit in a residence? A. 14 AWG. B. 12 AWG. C. 10 AWG. D. 8 AWG. 3. In Tennessee, how long must an electrician retain records of inspections and installations? A. 1 year. B. 3 years. C. 5 years. D. 7 years. 4. Which of the following is an essential factor when determining the type of wire to use for a particular electrical installation? A. The installation location. A color of the wire. C. The brand of wire. D. The voltage of the electrical system. 5. A Tennessee limited licensed electrician is installing outlets in a kitchen. What is the required GFCI protection for these outlets? A. Only near sinks. E. Only in wet areas. C. All outlets in the kitchen. D. Only in the laundry room. 6. What is the purpose of a ground fault circuit interrupter, GFCI? A. To detect short circuits. B. To protect against electrical shock. C. To control voltage surges. D. To increase current flow. 7. When mentoring a new apprentice, what is the best approach to teaching hands-on electrical skills? A. Provide verbal explanations only. B. Allow the apprentice to try independently without guidance. C. Demonstrate the task, then let the apprentice perform it under supervision. D. Limit practical experience until after the apprentice passes a written test. 8. What is the minimum height for electrical outlets in a new residential building in Tennessee? A. 12 inches. B. 16 inches. C. 18 inches. D. 24 inches. 9. An electrician is asked to install a 240-volt single-phase circuit for a clothes dryer. Which of the following would be required? A. A 20-amp circuit breaker. B. A 30-amp circuit breaker. C. A 40-amp circuit breaker. D. A 50-amp circuit breaker. 10. According to the Tennessee Electrical License Law, which of the following is required to obtain a limited license? At completion of an apprenticeship program. B. 2 years of documented electrical work experience. C. A passing score on the National Electrical Exam. D. An associate's degree in electrical engineering. 11. What is the purpose of a circuit breaker in an electrical system? A. To increase power output. B. To protect the wiring from overheating. C. To store electrical energy. D. To regulate the frequency of the current. 12. In which of the following scenarios is a licensed electrician required to obtain a permit? A. Replacing a broken light bulb. B. Installing new wiring for an addition to a home. C. Changing an outlet cover plate. D. Replacing a faulty outlet. 13. Which of the following is the most appropriate method for an electrician to verify that a circuit is de-energized before working on it? A. Use a non-contact voltage tester. B. Touch the wires with bare hands. C. Check the circuit breaker panel for power. D. Measure the voltage with a multimeter. 14. When mentoring an apprentice, what is the best way to reinforce learning of electrical code compliance? A. Provide only theoretical instruction. B. Allow the apprentice to learn through trial and error. C. Use real-world examples and practice scenarios. D. Focus solely on the practical skills. 15. Which of the following is true about conduit installations? A. Conduit must always be installed above ground. B. Conduit is used to protect wiring from physical damage. C. Conduit is only used in commercial buildings. D. Flexible conduit cannot be used for permanent installations. 16. What is the maximum allowable voltage drop for a feeder circuit in a residential application according to the NEC? A. 1%. B. 2%. C. 3%. D. 5%. 17. When working with an apprentice, how can an electrician best foster communication skills related to safety in the workplace? A. Avoid discussing safety unless there is an incident. B. Regularly review safety protocols and encourage questions. C. Only follows safety protocols when required by law. D. Assume the apprentice already knows the safety protocols. 18. Which of the following must an electrician consider when installing a new electrical panel? A. The size and location of the panel. B. The color of the panel. C. The brand of the electrical panel. D. The height at which the panel is mounted. 19. How can an electrician demonstrate compliance with Tennessee's energy efficiency regulations? A. By using energy-efficient lighting fixtures. B. By submitting a report to the state. C. By installing only high-efficiency appliances. D. By ensuring all work follows the NEC. 20. What is the purpose of an AFCI, arc fault circuit interrupter? A. To prevent ground faults. B. To prevent electrical fires caused by arcing faults. C. To increase the current to outlets. D. To regulate the voltage in the system. 21. What should an electrician do if they encounter an outdated wiring system that does not comply with current codes? A. Continue working, as the system is still functional. Replace the outdated system with new compliant wiring. C. Notify the customer, but do not replace the system. D. Work around the outdated wiring without modifications. 22. Which of the following is the correct method for grounding a panel? A. Connect the grounding conductor to the neutral bus. B. Connect the grounding conductor to the hot bus. C. Connect the grounding conductor to an earth rod outside the building. D. Connect the grounding conductor to the frame of the panel only. 23. How should an electrician address a situation where an apprentice is struggling to understand the layout of electrical plans? A. Assign them to simple tasks until they are ready for more complex ones. B. Show them examples of well-executed electrical layouts and guide them step by step. C. Provide them with a textbook and tell them to read it. D. Ignore the issue until the apprentice asks for help. 24. What is the standard spacing for grounding electrodes in a new residential installation? A. 4 feet. B. 6 feet. C. 8 feet. D. 10 feet. 25. When conducting a site visit, an electrician notices several potential safety hazards. What is the most appropriate response? A. Ignore them and proceed with the work. B. Warn the client, but continue with the installation. C. Notify the client of the hazards and work with them to resolve the issues. D. Report the hazards to a supervisor and leave the site. 26. What is the typical voltage for a standard residential electrical outlet in Tennessee? A. 110 volts. B. 120 volts. C. 220 volts. D. 240 volts. 27. What is required for an electrician to legally operate as a limited licensed electrician in Tennessee? A. Completion of 6 months of electrical work experience. B. A passing score on the state licensing exam. C. Completion of a 2-year electrical engineering program. D. Membership in the Tennessee Electrical Contractors Association. 28. What is the first step in troubleshooting an electrical circuit that is not functioning properly? A. Check the power supply. B. Inspect all visible wiring for damage. C. Test all switches and outlets. D. Replace the circuit breaker. 29. An electrician is tasked with installing a circuit for a new air conditioning unit. What is the minimum wire gauge recommended for this installation? A. 14 AWG. B. 12 AWG. C. 10 AWG. D. 8 AWG. 30. In Tennessee, which of the following entities oversees the licensing of electricians? A. Tennessee Electrical Association. B. Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance. C. Tennessee State University. D. National Electric Safety Council. 31. What is the correct method for determining the appropriate circuit breaker size for a specific load? A. Use the NEC's ampacity table. B. Consult with the local utility provider. C. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for the equipment. D. Use a multimeter to measure the load. 32. What action should an electrician take if they encounter a problem with the local electrical utility during a job? A. Ignore the issue and proceed with work. B. Contact the utility provider and report the problem. C. Attempt to fix the issue without notifying anyone. D. Warn the customer about potential outages but continue working. 33. How can an electrician demonstrate leadership skills when mentoring an apprentice? A. Provide clear and consistent guidance, ensuring safety and efficiency. B. Allow the apprentice to work without supervision until they are fully trained. C. Focus only on theoretical knowledge and avoid hands-on tasks. D. Assign minimal responsibilities to avoid overwhelming the apprentice.